Yes, people, welcome back to the Vitesse Youth to Gold Season 2, which starts today, which is a whole brand new chapter I am calling The Climb. This one is about how we get to the Eredivisie. We have got through the gritty first season. Now, a reminder, there is 2 rules. Rule number 1, 0-29 plus age in the whole squad. That is a very important rule that we'll be carrying on today, as well as every signing must be under the age of 19. And I am implementing a 3rd rule, which is starting as of next season, which then every matchday squad must have 1 academy star. So this year is not only about signing some fantastic youngsters, but developing players from our very own academy that are going to go on to dominate with this Vitesse side. And I have already been through and had a look through the squad and planned out exactly what I need, which is what we'll go through in the next couple of minutes. I just want to say a massive thank you. Season 1 as a whole, support was absolutely mental. You guys are absolute legends. Please make sure you carry on smashing the like button, sharing this round to anyone that you know that plays FM and carries on smashing the support if you can, because it's about to now ramp up to the next level. Like I said, we are now going on to the big chapter, which I am calling The Climb. This is, I think, the most difficult chapter until we get to sort of the Champions League winning chapter, because we've now got to turn a team which, let's face it, has just finished down in 17th place, and even with the points deduction in around mid-table, to a promotion level side. So first off, I have been through and sorted the squad out so that I'm happy with what I am currently looking at as our first team. Now I've gone through and planned out the positions we need to improve on. Number 1 being goalkeeper. We are not going to be signing Constantine Hyde, even though he was pretty decent towards the back end of the season. He has ticked over to 20 years of age, and with that big important rule of must signings must be under the age of 19, I don't feel comfortable signing him, despite technically he joined when he was 19. I don't feel comfortable signing him, so we are going to move on to someone else. In terms of the other position we're signing, it's a controversial one. It's right winger. And I am moving Maxwell Rodriguez to be our backup right midfielder. Of course, he was brilliant last season, but I think we can get someone better in this position, and he'll just stay as a rotational right winger. And then from there, that is my only first team positions I think need improving. Centre-back, I'd like to get someone to potentially replace Stefan, if not be a youngster to rotate with him, as well as Londar and Van der Poel, who are backup centre-backs, both available for the B side. I would then like to go and buy a new central defensive midfielder, whether that's to replace someone like Rymov or Tawai. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely a new midfielder partnering up with Marshall. Verips is going to stay as the backup right mid, actually, isn't he? I've made a slight mistake here in my squad planning. Verips is going to have to be someone in the B side, actually, because I don't have a specific position for him available. And because we simply can't get rid of Maxi Rodriguez right now, Skaluba will be the backup left winger, which means we also need to go outside a backup central midfielder for Abdella. And then up front, I'm happy with Scaloni, Brunyink, Boussaid and Brunsma to be our brand new strikers. Now, if you missed last episode in the youth intake, you missed us getting 2 fantastic young strikers, Eric Brunsma into the first team at 16 years of age, and Mike Brunyink, who have both been on goal-scoring form since they joined the club. And of course, while it would be absolutely lovely to get a youth intake every single day, that's sadly not the case. And for this episode, we are going transfer scouting, we are going wonder kid hunting, and we are hopefully going to find some absolute superstars in today's video, because there is now a few players which have come through other clubs, which are going to be 16 years of age, which might be superstars I can go and sign. And of course, scouting-wise, we are now scouting the whole entire world with our scouting budget and have correctly set up recruitment focuses for everywhere across the world, and there is scouting in progress from our staff. And then in terms of outgoings, there is these 10 players, which the goal is to sell them all or loan them, realistically. Solomon Bonner is someone I'm hoping to get a little bit of money for. He's just played 18 games at Santa Clara in the Portuguese second tier, or the Portuguese top flight. That should be good in terms of finances for us. We should be able to try and sell him. Same as Hoof, Ricardo Felipe Schwartz and Maxi Brule. And then Johnny De Beer, Nathan Markelo, Mustafa, Jean Martino, Sem Peppers and Joao Pinto I'm going to attempt to sell as well to raise some more funds so we can buy more Wonder Kids and really kickstart this youth to gold journey. Now, I've got to say, I've got absolutely no experience of recording a Let's Play transfer window. I've got no idea how long this is potentially going to take, and I don't really know what I'm going to show you guys, because each individual method is going to take a lot of time. I think what I might do is any method where I potentially find someone, I will then bring you guys in, show you the method, how it works, and how I found the player. From there, there's going to be a lot of me just searching for players, and I'm probably going to spend a good 3 or 4 hours on this transfer special, really trying to find the best Wonder Kids I possibly can. So I'm going to go away for now and start trying to find some good Wonder Kids, get them on a shortlist, and I'll talk you guys through them. Now, we have indeed made our first signing, and I think we have found our brand new right winger, and that is Trent Cone-Doherty, coming in actually from Liverpool, where he has played 5 games for West Brom in this save, which I think is a really good level for a 19-year-old who is going to join the club. He has got 12 to 19 crossing, 14 to 20 acceleration, 11 to 17 pace, 11 to 18 passing, good dribbling, good first touch, and I did see his determination. I'm not too sure why that disappeared on there, but his determination was really high as well, and I think this could be an awesome signing. He's costing us, of course, nothing on a free contract, and his wages are £1.9 thousand a week, which I think does put him at the upper echelon, but I'm not too angry about it. Let me just double check in terms of wages. It puts him up with Wilson Boussaid and sort of as one of the higher prospects, but I think this guy is potentially going to be a 5-star gem, which can work in the future. Now, he is born on the 30th of June, which makes him, on the last day, he will join the club, and he's allowed to at 19 years of age. So a bit of a risky one, but Trent Cone-Doherty is my first signing, and I'm going to show you guys how exactly I found him. Because you will also notice a bunch of high prospect players that are in on loan, which we are looking into. And there has been specific ways where I've found these players and I've looked to try and get them in. And I've created a whole bunch of filters for myself that I can now use. And I would highly recommend you guys use these as well. I'm going to put them on the Patreon with this video. On the Patreon, I won't really say anything about them, but in each individual one, it says exactly what they are. So U19 youth international caps, under 19 with 1 international cap, U19 caps, contracts expired, plus international caps. They're pretty self-explanatory. They're going to be for free on the Patreon, just for anyone that wants these filters, and they are all going to be really good. So the ones that I have been using is mainly the contracts expiring one, so contract expired international youth appearances. 2 of them are in on trial currently. I have offered trials to all of these, but they've not accepted, or their clubs haven't accepted the actual offers. And the way that I have been going through and picking which ones to actually bring in on trial is based on the nation they're from. So someone like the Cook Islands, I know, is not great for football, so there's not really much point in me getting someone from the Cook Islands. However, a place like Estonia or the Faroe Islands, if they're getting international youth appearances under the age of 19 for a European nation, they're normally going to be okay. Now, I don't think Oscar Filia is someone to actually go out there and sign, but he's certainly not too bad. If he was left-footed, I would actually try and probably get him in. But 10 pace, 13 acceleration, big lad, good determination, good defensive stats. He's not great for this level, but probably the league below us or, somewhere else around in Europe with high potential, he'd be a really good signing. And Bartel Klein isn't too bad either. 16 flair, 11 determination, just can't finish whatsoever. But it's cost me absolutely nothing to scout him because he's been in on trial, and I now know he's not worth the signing. We do the exact same for youth international appearances that are contracts expired, and there is a bunch of these that are in on trial, like left back Fabian Pernadeka. Probably not going to sign him because I don't need a left back, but he's someone to maybe stick on a short list. And I mean, I don't actually need a left back ever, to be honest. This tactic is really good, so I'm probably not going to sign him, but I know about him now, which again cost me absolutely nothing. Josue Fernando is a striker with 14 finishing, looks pretty good. I'm pretty set up front, but again, cost me nothing to learn about him. This guy I'm very tempted with, Stefan Marchetovic. He is also a striker, but looks really, really good. 14 finishing, 10 composure, good physicals, good determination. Potentially going to sign him, we shall see. And basically all of them we are getting in on trial and finding out what they're about. And then we're doing the exact same at the moment for up to 3 months of international appearances and youth international appearances. Again, just offering trial. in youth appearances, looking for big nations, in international appearances, pretty much anywhere other than small island nations, and bringing them in on trial. I mean, Christoph Phillips here looks like a really good defensive midfielder, 18 years of age, about to turn 19 at Olympiacos, really well-rounded physicals, really well-rounded mentals, really well-rounded technicals, decent height on him as well. Could be a really good signing. Now that I know all of his stats as well, if we were just to compare him to someone like Marshall, who is a DM at the club, this guy is pretty much better in every single aspect other than speed and technical stats. But aerially, mentally, defensively, physically, and vision, he matches up and is even better, and is left-footed and is 18 years of age. And on a contract, he would cost me as a squad player absolutely nothing. I mean, what, 600 quid? I reckon we can get him for about 500 with enough negotiation. 490, and that's a 5-star potential signing. Really easy scouting, and he's joining the club. So that's how we've signed the new right winger in Cone Doherty, and now potentially Phyllis in midfield. And there we go. Now that I've actually clicked the button on Trent, we can see his stats are quite a bit better. Really good speed on him. Great physicals overall, actually. Not exactly the most strength, but that's fine as a winger. Decent enough finishing. Really good crossing, dribbling, first touch, determination, aggression, passing, technique. I think if Maxwell Rodriguez was as good as he was in this league, this guy's going to be even better. Of course, it's going to take some time to train him as the right midfielder, but once he does that, I think this guy's going to be an absolute star. And in terms of outgoings, we are slowly getting rid of players as well. Nathan Markolo is leaving the club. I believe he's on a fairly big wage of £700, so he is leaving, and there is some more which are on the door out as well. Julia De Beer is going to Ziln for £63,000, and the others we are constantly offering out and trying to sell. It's been a very successful start to the summer window, and overall, I think we're moving in the right direction. We have a serious issue, and I'm very scared that Brunsma could be leaving the club. We've had an offer from Feyenoord, and because he's an amateur contract, I didn't even think about this. He can go for free. Now, I've just offered him a contract on £1,300 a week. We have to keep him. He is interested in staying at the club. He's got a little bit of interest in talking to Feyenoord. I mean, how much do Feyenoord pay their, 18-year-olds in the... is there a young Feyenoord? There is a young Feyenoord. How much? Oh my God, some of them are earning serious money. If we're talking about a 16-year-old in here, I'm offering a very competitive salary, and I told him he's a regular starter as well. That would be absolutely devastating to lose him. Now, because of that, I have just offered Verips, Bruniink, and Jackson all full-time contracts on £85 and £100 a week. Eric Brunsma is clearly an elite talent because he's obviously asking for £1,300. So we need to keep hold of Eric. Woo, we're all good. We are fine. He has signed a brand new contract for 3 seasons, and the chance of playing more is a big factor in his decision. We have also had Shafsma have a contract offered to him from Hercules, so again, I've given him a full-time contract. That was scary. I thought the star player of this whole save, Eric Brunsma, was about to leave us, but we need to now make sure this guy is absolutely a hero. One thing I didn't actually consider is this guy on the right wing. I think he's definitely a better striker, but, if we do have, if he grows in speed a bit, he could be a good right winger as well. I am going through and making signings, but I will update you guys in a little bit because there's a lot happening. So we have made it to the start of July, and I have been a busy boy, doing a lot of scouting, a bit of signing, and we are now in a position where I can show you a few transfers. So number one is a goalkeeper, which is potentially the starting goalkeeper. Anastasios Pisias, a Cypriot goalkeeper, 19 determination, great height, good jumping reach, good area reach, great handling and reflexes. I'm not entirely confident he is fantastic, but he is better than we've got. He's better than Dylan Treverton. He's better than Jaden Slicker, who is still here, and he is very similar to Konstantin. Now, obviously, I want an upgrade if possible on the team. That's the whole point of this season, is trying to make the next level. So I am still looking for a goalkeeper, and he was just signed on an amateur contract, as was Steven Jimenez, who is a 19-year-old defense midfielder, American youngster, 90 determination, really good technical stats, decent physicals. Again, amateur contract, cost me nothing. Stefan Marchetovic on a contract of £800 a week joins the club, and he is going to be fantastic for us. I think as a rotation option with Bruniink is going to be fantastic. not Brunjink, the other one, Brunsma. He is going to be absolutely fantastic. So very happy to bring him into the club. We then obviously have Christoph Phillis, who is the midfielder we showed you earlier, and Trent Cohn-Doherty, who is now here and has all the stats that I want him to have. Good speed, good determination, good flair, good crossing, good dribbling, good first touch. And when you compare him to Maxwell Rodriguez, considering how good Maxwell Rodriguez was for us last season, he beats him in pretty much every single attribute other than aerial and defending, which is absolutely fine. In terms of players still coming in, there is a 17-year-old USA youngster in Adri Mehmeti who will be here not until April next year when he turns 18 years of age. And then we also have Aruna Ouattara, who is a defence midfielder from Burkina Faso, 8 caps at 19 years of age. I like his stats a lot. Elite determination, good height, fairly determined personality type. Looks like he has decent enough speed with good strength. And defensively, 10 to 17 tackling, 8 to 14 marking, 8 to 15 heading, and decent passing with a great first touch, decent enough dribbling. He looks really, really strong as a brand new defence midfielder, and he's costing us £250,000. And that's a signing I really like. So hopefully he can join the club. He was wanted by Cardiff, which is the reason I've sort of gone for him, because as a Championship/League One level club, probably now Championship, they'll be looking to improve the team to be in the Championship, and that's the kind of level we need to at least get to, is a top-tier Championship club. And at 19 years of age, Aruna can grow to then be an Eredivisie level club. In terms of the rest of the scouting methods I've used, we have got one which I was actually sent by Tony on the Patreon. Massive thank you to Tony. In using the transfer room in, this isn't something I ever tend to do, but it's actually turned pretty good at trying to find some good young players in the responses back from clubs of potentially selling. I did try out Future Prospect, which is what Tony said. I had 200 responses. Not many were fantastic, but I believe as you get to season 3, season 4, you end up getting really good hidden Wonder Kid regens from smaller nations, and they come through at £0, A+, and you get them in straight away from this transfer room in. So shout out to Tony. Make sure you're setting up this with 15 to 18 with regular starter on for now, or in the future, look at Future Prospects. Simply create requirements, 15 to 18, Future Prospects, wherever that is, and click say centre back, and do that for each position, and you will get a bunch of results. As I said, I had about 200, and then from what we've got so far, we have got one goalkeeper who I'm very tempted to go for in Adrian Abuso. I'm just finding out a few more of his stats because his height worries me ever so slightly. So I'm just finding out how good he actually is at shot stopping. Great determination, decision making, and anticipation. This is where we also found Aruna Ouattara. And then, Billy O'Neill is someone I'm also potentially interested in. But I feel like I've got enough strikers to not really need to go for him. But this is proving to be a very good option. There is a couple of positions which I'm still trying to improve. As we look into the first team, still need a centre-back, still need a DM, which is going to be Ouattara, need an attacking midfielder and a goalkeeper. So centre-back, attacking midfielder and goalkeeper is still on my list. So recruitment focus-wise, we are very much always looking into this. I would love to bring Liam to the club, but don't need a striker. South American we're looking into, Africa we're looking into, and Asia we're looking into. And a lot of these players, even though they're say 15 years of age, someone like Samba Diop looks absolutely fantastic, brand new regen from Senegal. Sadly, I tried to offer him a contract and he told me to go away straight away because he can't join till he's 18. So that is one issue of clubs sort of trying to sign under 18 players to come into the Netherlands. Often they won't join till they're 18 unless they're from Europe. So that's going to be a slight issue, but it just means we're hopefully going to find them, bring them in when they're 15, 16 years of age. Obviously, they won't join until they're a little bit older, and then we'll try and get them in. Ruben Argent looks like a decent enough little player, but I'm basically just continuously attempting to find goalkeepers. This is my one thing at the moment, which I really want to get right, is a goalkeeper in. A lot of the time I'm looking if they are wanted by clubs. So Alvaro Abuso wanted by Velej. If they're 15 years of age, why is he wanted by a club in Spain? Is it because he's really good? I don't know. He's got great handling. Could be someone to potentially look into. But basically, I am scouring this list every couple of days to see if anyone props up that is wanted by a decent sized club or that gets scouted by our scouts. Arsha Shakuri is someone which looks decent, but comparing him to our brand new goalkeeper in Precis, if I can find him on this list, he's very, very similar. Good distribution, similar aerially. worse speed, worse mentals, worse communication. Sorry, better. No, worse. Sorry. Kind of graph always confuses me. Just better distribution and aerial, similar shot stopping. Probably not someone I'd sign just because we've got PSAS now. I'm looking for someone that next tier above. And I feel like Goalkeeper is a spot which we just need to have a superstar in. And then for a few years, he can just grow and become our main goalkeeper, like, forever. Obviously, now that we are on the 1st of July as well, we have got a bunch of players whose contracts have expired that do have international youth appearances and international appearances. So let's have a quick look at them because they have just all come in on trial and see if there's anyone here which really stands out. I put the 3 positions we need in central midfield, centre-back and goalkeeper, and Mohamed Barr comes up straight away. Great first touch, decent stats there, good determination. I mean, he's on trial straight away, and we'll see what he's all about. This will probably come through the next couple of days, or we'll know. I suppose there's no harm in bringing in Shaqiri on the trial. Kiliashi is from Lithuania. Poor determination, awful speed. And then pretty much all of these down here are not going to be good enough. Potentially Bangura could be. Yeah, we'll get rid of all of these in terms of terminating their trials. And we've also had loads of offers come in because obviously all of our players that were out on loan have now come back. So Salomon Bonner, Ricardo Schwartz and Elias Hoof have all got offers on them. And I'm happy to accept these 2. And the others we will reject because they're nowhere near in terms of price. Even if it is over a certain amount of time, I'm absolutely fine with that. Ricardo Schwartz, 59k, that's fine. And Bonner, £925,000 is good. I'll take 825 as well. These 2 aren't that good. We'll take the money for them and get them out of the door. And the other thing that I would do as well is offer trials to all of these players for 2 weeks. And this is very much not looking at appearances at all, just reputation. So they're between 15 and 19, contract expired, in the positions I want. If they've got 1-star reputation, give them an offer and we'll see what they're like. And again, a whole bunch of players that look very, very decent in the positions that we are incredibly interested in. Is there any goalkeepers? Okay, let me remove all the bad potential ones first of all. So all the way down to Yavi and Maynard. Get them gone. If you just click forward literally one day, they will all leave the club, which is very, very helpful. And if you didn't know, trialing players, after 2 weeks of trialing, you know pretty much everything about them, which is why trials are so, so good. If we filter out all positions and just look at goalkeepers now, ooh, there's a couple on here. So Chiek Diarra is a Mali 18-year-old. 5-star potential. Stats don't really excite me, to be honest. We'll see about him. Alvaro, Spanish, good kicking, area reach, determination's decent, jumping reach is quite good. Interesting to see what his stats come out like. Juan Pedro, very similar. Max Bonfield, very similar. I'm probably just going to go forward a week and see if any of them suit. The good thing as well is when you have players in on trial, you find out different clubs are interested in them. Like Como, interested in Juan Pedro Duran. Shows he's probably quite a good goalkeeper if he's going to go into the Como youth system. Stats-wise, he's fairly decent. 11 handling and 12 reflexes. I mean, just obviously we're not going to be able to fully do this, but in terms of PSAS's stats, we're looking at very similar one-on-ones. I mean, he is a little bit better, but not loads better, to be honest. I'm not sold on him in the fact of that he's a massive upgrade and he's quite small as well. But interestingly, seeing straight away that he is wanted by a fairly decent club. I haven't looked at this guy yet. Dilby Diouf is wanted by Getafe. Obviously a very decent team. He's got good passing, good technicals. I think he's someone that I've offered a trial to and he's not come in. If we approach to sign him, is he free? He is on an amateur deal. We might as well offer the amateur deal and see what happens. Amateur deals for me, again, just a free way of basically learning how good a player is if we don't know about them. Braden Clark, I assume, is someone we've got on trial. He is a very good centre-back. A very good centre-back. A little bit slow. 181 centimetres. Wanted by, or offers by Luton, Twente and Twente's Academy. Released from Arsenal. Very good stats, to be fair to him. I'm not in love. He has just turned 19, though, which is good. Again, is it amateur? It's amateur. We might as well send the offer and see if he can come in. It's not a bad deal if it is the case. So, again, getting people on trial is just a cheat code. And now we have our first big signing. Aruna Ouattara comes into the defensive midfield spot. And it was a risk because we didn't know all of his stats, but it is a risk that has paid off well. He has got fantastically well-rounded technicals, all above 10. Mentals are really good, great aggression, determination, and really good physicals, decent enough strength, fairly determined personality trait. Coach report, he's consistent as well. What a signing Aruna Ouattara is. Obviously coming in from Dila in Georgia, was in Vitesse in Burkina Faso. So pretty cool to get him in. Very happy with the signing. Comparing him to our best DM, Adam Tawai, look how much better he is defensively. I mean, this guy is a huge upgrade. If we compare him to, what's the other guy called? I think he's Kazakhstan DM. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. Rymov is the man that we meant. How is he compared to Aruna? Rymov is in the green, Aruna is in the blue. Aruna, much better midfielder than him in pretty much absolutely everything. Apart from Rymov's defensive attributes are slightly better. So I suppose now, is it Rymov and Tahawai, or is it Rymov and the other geezer? I think it's Rymov and the other geezer, isn't it? Rymov is a much better defensive midfielder, and Tahawai, while he is a good player, do we try and get a bit of money for him? If he's worth upwards of £1 million, is there any interest in him? Because I would take the money. There isn't any interest. If we offer to intermediaries, is there any interest there? Not as something I'm willing to sell for. So a very, very good signing. At the end of the day, we've improved our midfield loads. Bonner has left the club as well. And just to compare Aruna Ouattara to Bonner, Ouattara is so much better. He's not as quick, but everything else, he's so much better. And he's 19 years of age. And he's now our star boy in DM. I've spent over an hour looking for goalkeepers down this list. And I just can't find one. Phoebe can't help either. She's got no idea. But she's now attacking me because she's so angry at me. I've literally just scrolled this list over and over and over again. I've settled on Franco. And then he was £1 million. We don't have £1 million. Despite telling everyone, it's gone straight into the bank and I'm not seeing any of it. The next guy was Jeremias Florentine. He was £400,000. I have £120,000, so he was a little bit too expensive. I am at an absolute loss as to finding a better goalkeeper than what we know about now, other than potentially Max Bonfil, who doesn't look amazing, and comparing him to Pisas is basically the same. He's a tiny bit better, maybe? He's taller, slightly better jumping reach and aerial reach. He's just not amazing. But might be the only option at this point what we actually have left. I have literally been, I started this video at 11 a.m. and it is now 20 to 2. And most of that has been looking for a goalkeeper. I'm actually going insane looking down this list. In terms of a centre-back, I have found Danny Avila, who's joined the club. He is a centre-back, but can also play in DM and in central midfield, and is a really good player. And as a sort of sixth-choice centre-back / defensive midfielder, I really like him. If we compare him to Marcus Stefan, if I can find him, he is much better sort of on the ball, but less good defensively. I do think potentially as a right-sided centre-back, that's potentially needed. But then comparing him to Adam Tahawai, who is his rotation option, or he's his rotation option as well, he is very, very similar. So I'm really happy with that signing. So that covers off sub number 2 as done. And sub number 8 is a central midfielder. I don't think I've signed a central midfielder. I'm honestly at a complete loss of even who I am at this point. That's how long this has been going for. Checking out the transfer activity. There was a goalkeeper I wanted in Jonas Schwanker. He doesn't want to join us and he was £40,000. Really frustrating. So there's no central midfielders either that I've really got that I'm looking at. Obviously, Moadella is fantastic, so Mohamed Bar could be a good option. He's not fantastic. The other one is Babacar Jite Cisse, who has 16 passing and looks quite good, but only 4 determination. The other guy was Krasniki. His stats aren't very good. So I probably am going to bring in Mohamed Bar because there's not really any other person that I want. He's got 3 caps for AS Roma, which is quite cool. And he's probably going to be on an amateur contract, which he is. So that's a really easy signing. So it's literally just goalkeeper is all I need. And I'm really struggling. In terms of the Kugan Campion division, we are currently predicted 11th place, which I really like, for a squad average age of just 19 years of age. And in terms of the media prediction, 11th place, 14-1. In and around that top 7, there's a serious chance this year. I will just feel so much better if I find a superstar goalkeeper, though. And I've got to say, I really don't love this signing at all, but I really can't go into next season with what we've currently got in goal and feel at all confident. Maxime at least brings height, and I think that's enough for me to bring him in. He's got good reflexes, very high determination. He uses long throws to start counterattacks. Handling is 14, reflexes are 14, one-on-ones are only 7, but as a goalkeeper that can come out and claim crosses, he is decent. The only issue is he's £400,000 and he'll be our highest earner by 2,500. I've honestly, it is now 20 past 2. So the last time you saw me was 40 minutes ago. You can see I've gone forward about a week. I am at ends meet of a goalkeeper. The only other guy that's potentially interested me is Alvaro Busso, who there's absolutely no saying he is so much better. He is miles clear as a goalkeeper. Slightly less good in terms of aerial reach, but in terms of an offer is 1.5 million. There's no other goalkeeper on planet Earth that suits. This was the other guy I was potentially going to get. I think is at a point now where I've got to choose, and I am confirming the signing of Maxime. That feels weird. Maxime, please be okay. All right, he's a 3-star. I think I like him. He's determined. He's not like bad in terms of consistency. Potential Eredivisie goalkeeper. Value of 3.4 million. Is the Moldovan international goalkeeper, which is how I found him. Comparing him to Pisas, he is better. Is he miles better? No. But he's better. And that's it, really. That's all he is. He's just better. So Maxime is our new goalkeeper. Mohamed Bar is our new midfielder. And we officially have a starting 11 and a backup 11. Now, I've got absolutely no idea how long this video is. As I said, I've been recording for about 3.5 hours now. I want to play the first game of the season. I don't know about you lot. You lot have probably watched through. This could literally be 5 minutes into the video. This could be 40 minutes into this video. I've lost my mind as to where we actually are in the world. We've got Young AZ as the first game of the season in a week's time. I feel like we have to do that game. In terms of the media prediction, has that taken us up? Probably brought us down, if anything, but it's fine. I suppose I should quickly just recap exactly what's happened. We've raised £550,000 on a few outgoings. We have brought in Danny Avila as a rotational centre-back, Mohamed Bar as a rotational midfielder, Maxime as our number 1 goalkeeper. Boy, I'm confident with him. Thiago Skaluba, of course, was here last year, but the signings we've made here, Aruna Watara, Trent Cone-Doherty, Christos Philis, Marachetovic, Stefan Jimenez, and Stonias Pisas, and that is all but it, I believe. That is our signings. Outgoings-wise, there has been, of course, loads. Bonner, Schwartz, Markolo, all left the club, and we are now in a position where financially, we've got £587 in the bank, only £2.5 million in debt, so we've cleared off half the debt. We're in the positive, and we've still got money spare. So if things go really, really bad to start this episode, well, to start this season, I suppose at least we can go and spend some money. That scared me that says just PSV. Please be Young PSV. It is, crikey. So we start our season against Young AZ and Young PSV, and then Young Ajax in there as well. I'm not feeling confident over this first playoff round, but by the end, maybe we might be somewhere. So this is our team for game number 1 of the season and the new era of Vitesse. We have got Maxime as our starting goalkeeper, Villalba as the starting left centre-back, Zumberi middle centre-back, and Stefan right centre-back. Left DM is Mumadelov Raimov. We have got Watara next to him, Abdella in the cam role, Cone-Doherty on the right wing, who is already doing really well in training there, Banis on the left wing, Brunsma starting up front this season next to Wilson Bou Said. First game of the season to end the episode Let's go. The thing I'm most scared of is seeing if there's anyone I recognise. I mean, they've all got faces, which is quite scary. And I believe that's Elia Dijkstra as one of their wingbacks as well. Is it? Yeah, it is. See, this is not fair. Oh, this league frustrates me so much. Their team is full of absolute superstars. And this is who we're up against. Oh, we've scored already. We've scored already. I had it still on only commentary from looking through the, what's it called, friendlies. We've scored already, and it was Boussaid. We should be able to see the goal. We can indeed. Christ, it's a bit quick though, isn't it? It's on 1.25. Hang on a minute. We've had a little bit of a thingy here. Show me the goal properly. Yeah, we'll show me the goal properly this time. If we get rid of that, wait for this to happen. He'll clear the ball. We're now live. I want to see the goal. If Young AZ score now, I'll be very worried. Good head. Do we even need to see the goal? I don't know. Boussaid scored. Brunsma finds Abdella. Back to Banis. That wasn't even a highlight. Right, the goal. Villalba whips it in. Headed out. Boussaid, touch, bang. Remember, our January signing was Wilson. And there he is, popping up a goal straight away. Already just absolute carnage to start season 2. Ah, that's not ideal. Just on half-time, our brand new signing, Kane Doherty, potential lower leg injury. We're probably going to need to go to the market and sign a right winger, aren't we? But doesn't matter. Maxwell Rodriguez is here, our superstar from last year. And that does get us to half-time. I've got to say, look at Maxime in goal. A 7.4 average rating. Maybe it wasn't such a bad choice after all. One of the worst games he's ever had in a Vitesse shirt. And I am feeling taking off Brunsma on the hour mark and bringing on new signing Stefan Maracetic, who hopefully is going to be a bagsman as well. I will say the only highlights we have seen so far have come from the mighty Vitesse. We have seen nothing of Young AZ, which obviously again shows this tactic. A lovely ball there from Boussaid. Finds Banis. Knocks it to the edge of the box. Raimov with the effort. Raimov, Mumadardeli, Ramov. What a finish on the edge of the box, making it 2-0. Mohamedali Raimov. I'll get it right this time. What a finish. And we look absolutely fantastic. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think we're going to win the league. I think we're going to win the bloody league. Up the Vitesse, come on. If we go on to concede now, that will be quite embarrassing. If we go and grab a third, I'll put the house on it. Banis beats his man, sets it in behind. Marcetic, great run. Back to Banis, or whips it in. Wilson Boussaid. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. Put the house on a Vitesse promotion, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. I don't care. I'm confident in Maxime saving whatever they throw at him. It wasn't going to go in. Well, that is the perfect way to end this episode. A 3-0 victory with all of our new signings on the pitch against Young AZ. And we looked at the start. It was full of absolutely unbelievable talent. Now, the only way this end of episode gets worse is if the right winger we signed is injured for a long time, like potentially 3 months. Meh, that's less ideal. We might have to go in and look at a new right midfielder, but Boussaid with an impressive performance at the start of the season, and Marandici, Mr. Maxime, with a clean sheet on his debut and an 8.2 average rating. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, these seasons now are going to be between 3 and 4 episodes long. So I'm going to fire on some games and come back when hopefully it looks like we could potentially win the first phase here in the Eredivisie. I hope you guys have enjoyed the transfer special. Like I said, I've never done one of these before. Apologies if it was very boring. I suppose probably with my pronunciation and lack of knowledge on signing players, it was really quite funny. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you smash the like button. I'll speak to you guys next time.